My name is Ara, and I'm the host of the Tamil Creator Podcast. I chat with creators from all over the world to share their stories and discuss hot topics in a way that I hope inspires, educates, and entertains you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tamil Creator. I'm your host, Ara, and today I have the super popular DJ Kow in the house. She is the people's DJ. You know, if you don't know her, you better get to know her. She's one of Toronto's best DJs, and she's part of the Ara SoundCrew. I'll leave it at that and just kind of jump right into it and let Kow kind of talk about herself, her upbringing, kind of how that influenced, how she became a DJ.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Ara, for this opportunity. Shout out to Tamil Creator out here. I go by the name of DJ Kow. Most of you might know me as DJ Kow, or it's Kowshika, which is my actual Tamil name. Everyone just called me Kow when I was growing up. So when I started DJing, everyone just called me DJ Kow. So it just stuck with me, and it never ever changed. So yeah, I go by the name DJ Kow. Reside in Toronto. I'm a part-time DJ. I do weddings, receptions, parties, clubs, birthdays, you name it, man, whatever it is. And yeah, I love what I do. I'm very passionate. I love music. Music runs through my my blood. And yeah, I love doing different kind of gigs, meeting new people, networking. I love it. I've come upon so many new faces, new networking, like just through DJing, and it's a great experience. I love doing it.
It's so funny because how I met Kow was actually, I didn't even know she DJ. I think she told me after, actually. I think you told me after your first DJing gig was a TC event, and I didn't even realize that was your first time doing was that true?
So it was actually my second one.
Okay.
So it was my second one publicly. That was announced. I got my logo out there. That's when I actually started taking it seriously. So long story short, I don't know if most people know, but me and Ara met through a frisbee league.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kow had a mean flick. Not that many people could do a flick, but she had it. So yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, me and Ara met through a frisbee team, and it was a league. And 1 year, I believe it was actually in 2015. The league kind of had a after party, and it was at Taps.
Oh, Taps. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
And at that time, there was another fellow DJ of mine that was a really good friend, Rafsan, who also DJed and was part of the frisbee league. And he kind of heard that I was dabbling in on music and DJing. And so the opportunity came up, and he's like, "Yo, Kow, if you want to come and DJ on this after party with me, we can go halvesies and come down and do it." I'm like, "Really? I'm down." I'm down. I'm about it. We'll do it. So we went there, we did it, and coincidentally, my cousin, who is actually from the UK, happened to be in Toronto at that time. And I didn't invite him to this party, mind you. I had nothing to do with it. He had actually heard from obviously town people, the grapevine and everything, that there's a party happening at this place. You should come check it out, blah, blah, blah. And so I had a conversation with my cousin. I told him, "Yo, I've been dabbling on DJing, I'm doing this." But he didn't take me seriously. He was like, "Oh, Kow's just she's just playing around and doing whatever." But he came to the event and saw me DJ, and he's like, "Wow, what the hell?" And he was just so shook, couldn't believe it. And he's like, "Yo, you're actually so good. The crowd's going wild, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I told you I was DJing. Yo, what do you mean? You don't believe me?" And then he's like, "Yo, in October, I'm going to do this event for TC. Yeah. It's called What's Your Story? And I want you to be a part of it." And I was like, "Yo, I'm down 100%. I'll do it." And that was in October 2015, I believe. TC had What's Your Story? It was a panel of 8 females who were trailblazers in the community and just displaying what they were doing. And they were all different females from different kinds of backgrounds, photography, movie making, public speaking, like a science background and all that stuff. So it was a variety of females. And so they were like, what better way than to have a female DJ for the event, right? So that was actually my very first public event at that point in time. That was like, I think the frisbee party happened in August, and the TC party happened in October. So in that time, I had to make my logo and start doing all that stuff and publicizing myself and pretty much all that. And so after the TC party in October, I released my logo and said I'm officially DJing, and this is the venture that I was going out to. And I changed my Instagram name and go into that business, all that stuff. And yeah, that was almost 6 years ago, and here we are now.
That's crazy. Time flies.
Yeah.
And you said 2015.
And shout out to culture, man. Supporting the females, supporting women all around, and the Tamil community, man. Like, you know, I couldn't be happier. And yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're kind of chatting as well. Like, you know, like I feel like you're so out there in like so many places. I felt like you're kind of doing DJing full time because you're so busy with that. But you actually mentioned that DJing is something kind of, I mean, maybe it is full-time hours, but you do it on the side in addition to kind of a full-time job. So how do you kind of manage both? Because I mean, tell the people listening what you told me, kind of the craziness.
Honestly, naps are my best friend, man. Naps are my best friend. I don't know, like if I don't get my afternoon nap, like, you know, after my shift, it kind of throws me off. But essentially, I kind of work a 6 to 3, like a graveyard shift, a Monday to Friday at my full-time job at Home Depot. And yeah, like sometimes it happens I get home, like last night I got home at 1:30. I had to wake up at 5:30 this morning to get in at 6:30. And I came home after 3:30 and took a 2-hour nap to kind of give me that reboost. But yeah, like it's hard. It is hard. But time management is key. I think having a calendar and micromanaging your time and all that stuff is key. But I think I got lucky with the work schedule that I have. It's only Monday to Friday. I have my weekends off. Sometimes Sunday gigs are a little struggle for me, but I push through, man. Like it's for me, I gotta do what I gotta do, and it's a hustle for me. And I love what I do.
Because you've been getting a lot of like pretty big opportunities. Like how have you been getting opportunities? Like, do you reach out to people? Do people reach out to you? Like, how do people find out about you?
To be honest with you, I'll be honest, I don't have any kind of marketing whatsoever. I solely rely on Instagram. And that is what gets me my most gigs, opportunities. And a lot of the opportunities I had has been through referrals or people hearing me at an event. I know like Pride, Toronto Pride, I got an opportunity for because I span at an event downtown. And the person who handles Toronto Pride's programming was actually at that event. And he was co-spinning with me.
Oh, okay.
And so his name is DJ Black Hat. Shout out to DJ Black Hat, like putting me on the spot. But he heard me and was like, yo, you're so good. Followed me on Instagram. But at that point, I didn't know he was Toronto Pride or like, I didn't know. I just, you know, connected with him because I love networking. And so 2020 came around February or March, just before the pandemic happened. And I got a shout out from him saying, yo, there's an opportunity for Pride DJs. Like if you want to apply, go ahead. And he sent me this link and he said the deadline is for this day. And this is like way back in January, February, before like the Corona thing was even started. Like we had no idea it was hitting us. And so I went in and it was like a whole like application process. You got to put in a photo, a bio, your information, all that stuff. And I want to go ahead and do it. I shot my shot. Like, you know, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So like I took it and they just wanted back and was like, hey, like, yeah, we want you to do like a set. And then I did that in 2020. I did a live set, which was like right on spot, just recorded live. And then this year I applied again, and they were graciously welcoming me back on. And this time I actually was part of the actual parade. So I was the official DJ of the Pride Parade.
That's crazy. That's great. Yeah.
Thank you, man. They had like a 1 hour program on YouTube. And so for 15 minutes, I had spun a set. I recorded it at a studio, and yeah, they played it on YouTube, and it was a great opportunity. Loved it. I'm looking forward to doing it live next year if I have the opportunity and a stage. Essentially, before the COVID thing was supposed to happen, I was supposed to be doing a live stage performance. So I was supposed to be doing it on the Sunday night or something, and then going out to do a 1 hour set and all that. But because of COVID, things didn't happen. But I'm more than happy and thankful for the opportunities I have gotten. No complaints here.
This episode is sponsored by nobody. That's right, nobody. So if you could be kind enough to hit that subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. Like, you've worked hard, and like you said, it's been like obviously a long road to kind of get to this point where like you have a reputation, you're getting these kind of opportunities. How do being a DJ isn't something that's kind of anything, I think, in the creative arts is not something that's generally like celebrated in the Tamil community. I think that's changing now. Yeah. So how did like people around you, like whether it was friends, family, your parents, like how do they feel about you like really pursuing DJing? Like, were they confused? Were they like supporting you? Like, what was that like?
Yeah. So the thing about my parents is they're very, very old school. They're very like back in the day mentality, and like, obviously grown up in Sri Lanka. I also grew up with 2 older brothers. So I'm the baby of the family. I'm the princess, I guess you can say, of the family, but at the same time, I grew up with older brothers. So I naturally grew up being a tomboy, and I wasn't really into the girly stuff. I was more into sports, essentially sports. Basketball was my thing. And so my parents, they knew I wasn't a girly girl from the get-go, like, so it was like, whatever. But they had a hard time dealing with me coming home at 2 a.m., 2:30, 3 a.m. sometimes. And this is me when I was like 25, 26, 27. And at the same time, no Tamil parent would want their daughter coming home at that time, obviously. And it's not a social norm for that. Whereas in Canada, where you're living in a westernized area, coming home at 2:30 at 3 a.m. is normal, Yeah. But it was a turning point for my parents when they actually saw me DJ at an event. 2019, I believe, I did an event called Mr. Tamil Canada, which is a mental health event recognizing men's mental health. And so they came to the show actually, and they saw me DJing, and like for them, I guess it was a turning point, realizing like she's not just partying all the time, she's actually doing a job, and she's good at it, kind of thing. And so that was also a turning point. I also had the opportunity, the same cousin that brought me onto TC, what's her story, Kobe. I had the opportunity to DJ his reception in England. I had a 40-minute set. He asked me, hey Cal, like, you want to come and spin a set? Like, my DJ's okay with it. So I was like, yeah, I'm down, like, and that was in 2017, I believe. And front row, my parents got to see me DJ, man. And I was playing Tamil songs, English songs, and it was a UK crowd, it was a mixed crowd. So they really got to see me up front. And a week later, they went on a trip to Paris, and they came back, and they bought me this hat, this stitched hat, and it said DJ Kow on it.
Oh wow!
And it was just like the sweetest thing. Yeah, it was just the sweetest thing ever. And that's what I really took it. And I was like, yo, my parents really understand what I'm doing. And I'm just like, not just partying every single night. I'm actually doing a job. I take it seriously. And the hassle of me coming home after so late wasn't there anymore. So yeah, man, like I'm grateful for my parents. They're very, very supportive. Friends, oh my God, man. I would not be DJ Kow without my friends. I put my hand down, my money down, and everything. So supportive and so grateful. Um, it's like different sets of friends too that I've got that been so supportive. I have my personal friends and I have my frisbee friend. And have like I joined a league called Watso, which were basketball and volleyball, and I had a lot of friends support me from there, and a lot of females too. I love the female support, and obviously being a female DJ in the Tamil community, that we are a rare breed. So yeah, like support me. Instagram sharing like posts and all that stuff, all my friends support, like, and I couldn't be more grateful and thankful for them. I don't even ask them to share, man. Like I hate, because like, when you get those those broadcast messages, for your friends, it's like, can you share this, can you share that? And it's like, I don't mind sharing my friends' stuff, but I hate to be the other person on that side. So I hate putting people in that position. That's just who I am. And it's like, no, Cal, you should ask your friends to support and share, because they should be doing it regardless, right? And that's my expectation. So all the shares, all the support, all by themselves, like I don't expect anything. It's just like they want to do it naturally, and that's what I love about the support the most.
I guess well, I guess that says something about you as well. If your friends want to do it without you asking as well, right?
And says something about my friends. Yes, exactly. And so I couldn't be happier. And yeah, I truly do believe without my friends and support, I wouldn't be who I am right now. And they hold me down, man. Can't have it, ask for anything more.
So what's the future look like? Like, do you plan like the cycle or like the schedule you have right now? So, I mean, it's less busy than it was a few years ago, but it still sounds pretty busy. So it still sounds like there's some nights when you have not that much sleep. So is there a plan, or like, do you see yourself eventually being able to DJ full time in the next 5 years, or like, is it you're just happy kind of how things are going now?
To be honest with you, the ultimate goal, if DJing was financially stable for me, I would love to do it full time. It is something I that is one of my goals, for me to be able to leave my full-time job. But the thing is, DJing in our industry especially is a seasonal thing. You have your wedding season where you bank the most, and then you have your dead season where October, November, December is kind of dry. Same with January, February, March. So for 6 months you're busy, and in the 6 months you're a little dry. But at the same time, there's small parties here and there that you can go by, but it's a risk at the end of the day. It's a risk that you have to take. And currently right now, I'm not comfortable with leaving my full-time job, because a full-time job comes with benefits, man. Like you get all the perks and peaks of all that stuff, which you don't get with this DJing. There's no health benefits, there's no sick days. There's no, you can't be late. There's no one that can cover for you. And so yeah, I'm currently comfortable with what I'm doing right now. I'm financially stable for doing both. But the goal is, man, I would love to be the DJ for an artist that's touring around North America or touring around the world. Like, imagine being the DJ for Drake that's touring around Europe, or that's ultimate goals. Even being a DJ for an artist like Nicki Minaj, and repping the female artists, I would love to do that. Right now we're situated in Toronto with COVID and everything, is a little bit difficult. But yeah, man, like the goal is there. Just have to get the opportunity, and I'm waiting on the opportunity. And until then, we're gonna keep pushing, and hopefully we'll get there.
Who's a DJ that you kind of look up to?
There's a couple of DJs that I really look up to. I have my friend DJ Brownsoul, the late DJ Brownsoul, who passed away a couple of years ago. He actually, I would say, was a mentor to me when it came out DJing. He had approached me at a party and said, "Yo, Cal, I heard you like DJ," and I was like, oh my god, I was like freaking out, because that's what I'm fangirling, because he was the DJ Brown Soul at that time, like, and this is like 2015, 2016. He was killing it, man. Every reception, every formal, every party. He was, oh my God, one of the best in the community. And for him to come up to me at a party was like, so I was shook. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get into it. And, I'm dabbling in on here and there. And he turned to me and said, like, yo, if you ever need any help or anything you need, give me a shout. Here's my number. And I would love to see more females in the game. And that's what he said. I remember specifically saying, I want to see more females in the game. And so I had kept touch with him shortly after, and he was, telling me, give me tips and here and there. But definitely Brown Soul is someone I look up to. Rest in peace, Brown Soul. And then there's another DJ called DJ Divsa. He actually, when I hear his mixes, and when I used to listen to his mixes in 2015, 2014, the transitions that he had made, and these were like hour-long mixes. They weren't just like, 2-3 minute mixes. They were legit 1 hour mixes, and it was so clean. Like I could listen from 0 seconds of the song till 63 minutes to the end of the song, and it was just pure golden transitions. I couldn't even tell the song was transitioning, and like so good. And I was like, yo, this guy's loved his mixes, and every single one of the mixes were so good. So I would definitely say those two guys, Brown Soul and Divsa, definitely paved the way for me. Definitely inspiring. Music inspires me. Their music inspires me. And I would definitely say, yeah, those two, top notch.
Yeah, I think Divian is actually like an entrepreneur as well. I think he DJs. I don't know if he does it as much anymore.
He doesn't, yes. So back in the day in 2015,
yeah, he was huge back then. Yeah,
he was killing it back then.
Yeah.
He had his own website. He had like all these mixtapes, and he was killing it, man. I loved his mixes. So clean.
There was another female DJ, like she was ahead of her game too. Oh my gosh, I want to be upset that I can't remember her
Lady
name.
Pista.
Lady Pista, yes.
Lady Pista, yes.
Yeah, so
Lady Pista's actually a homegirl of mine. I love Lady Pista. She's also someone I look up to. She was actually the legit first Tamil DJ in the game. Yep. And I look up to her, and her talent is so raw. She dabbles in on not just DJing, singing, producing. I think she even does dancing and live performances and stuff. And she's the jack of all trades. Unfortunately, I stick to DJing. I cannot sing for shit. So I stick to DJing, but Lady Pista's killing it, man. She's a jack of all trades.
Did you know that every time you left a 5 out of 5 review for this podcast, a Tamil parent lets their child pursue a career in the creative arts? Okay, that's probably not true, but if there's a chance that it is, do you really want to jinx it? Leave a review. Do it for the young creative in you. Have you, like, this might be more of a deeper question, but like, you're one of the first, like, female Tamil DJs. But beyond that, like, in terms of your personal legacy, how do you want your friends and family to remember you? Like, how do you want them to describe you?
To be honest with you, like, I am a huge feminist, obviously. And so I wanted to be known like someone that's pushing the rules and breaking barriers, being a trailblazer. I know I'm not the first Tamil DJ, but female DJ, sorry. But I am confident to say I was the second, and like, I did make noise. And I'm proud of it, of what I've done. It's not easy. It's not easy in a male-dominated industry for you to come up as a female DJ and make noise. And at the same time, it's like you got to give up to I got to give a shout out to all the clients that have hired me in the past and my future, because they really are taking a chance on me, right? when there's so many other male DJs in the industry and all that stuff, it's like they really have to trust me to be like, yeah, we're gonna go with this girl instead of this DJ or that DJ who's already known or we've heard of. So I'm so great and thankful for all the clients I've had, and with that being said, I just want to be known as someone who didn't follow the rules, broke barriers, and then trailblazer, man. I'm happy to say I'm one of the one of the very few to do it first, and I can only hope that there's more coming.
Yeah, so well, that kind of is a good segue to, you know how like DJ Divsa and DJ Brownsoul kind of inspired you. Have you ever heard any stories of people that have seen you DJ, or like they know that you're a DJ, they know your story, and you've kind of inspired them to potentially explore this path? Or has anybody done that as a result of seeing you?
It's actually funny because just last week I was at a reception and I ran into another DJ who's actually not coming, another female DJ. Her name is DJ Mia, and she's never really we're Instagram friends. We've never really talked or met up with each other, but we support each other, like, all that stuff. And she came up to me and pretty much just was like, yo, you're killing it, and I love what you do. And she was like, yo, you're like my mentor, I look up to you and stuff like that. And I never really had a conversation with anybody like that before. It was my first time, and I was just like, oh, stop, like, like, no, I'm dead being serious. Like, I actually look up to you. And I was like, at that point, I'm like, yo, like, it touched me. And I was like, I appreciate the love, and I can only hope that I do that for more females. Not just within the Tamil community, but outside of the Tamil community.
So if you had a chance to kind of go back in a time machine, visit 16-year-old Kow, what would you tell her?
Oh God, 16-year-old Kow was a good two shoes. She was not a rebel like I am right now. 16-year-old Kow, I would tell her to pursue what you want to do. I feel like, unfortunately, it sucks to say that I did do my schooling for my parents and I didn't do it for what I wanted to do. And so at that point, like, I don't regret it, but I feel like I could have had more potential, or there could have been more opportunities for me if I had done more so in the musical field or something that I really wanted to learn, because I didn't learn DJing through school or anything. I was all self-taught. So that's the only thing I would really tell my 16-year-old self. Not that it's taken a whole toll on my life, but like, a business degree is a business degree, but being a female DJ, obviously something in the musical arts degree would have been a little bit more beneficial for me in the long run if I am looking, full-time wise. But it is what it is, and I know a lot of brown kids and a lot of Tamil kids have gone through what I've gone through, and doing school for the parents' reason, and for me, I was just doing it because they raised me, man. They brought me to Canada, and they gave me a life to be grateful for, put a roof over my head, and so at that time I really wasn't thinking, so I just did business for the sake of doing business. But yeah, I that's the only thing I would really tell myself. I think my mentality is still the same as my 16-year-old. Like, obviously I've matured in the sense, but other than that, I was still a feminist back in the day. Sporty, loved basketball, huge Toronto Raptors fan. And yeah, it goes from there.
What's maybe like a new belief, behavior, habit that you've developed over the last couple of years that's like had a really big positive impact on you?
I truly do believe everything happens for a reason. And so with certain events in my life and certain situations, I take it with a grain of rice kind of thing, and like, it is what it is, and everything happens for a reason. So I've kind of learned to not blame others and not blame myself for certain things happening, and so that's kind of like the other way that I've taken in the long run. But yeah, like I've I think I've learned to say it is what it is, more so than trying to fight it or argue or temper with it. And sometimes it's okay, it like it is what it is. And yeah, like I've just being mature about it. I think it takes it goes a long way.
That's a good approach. Yeah, being even killed, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like learning new information, do you prefer, like, how do you do it? Do you read a lot, or do you like listen to podcasts? Do you watch YouTube videos? Like, how do you do that?
So I'm not much of a book reader, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. I think probably the last book I read is like a Monk by Jay Shetty or something like that. It was an inspirational book that I just really got into. But podcast wise, I really like Jay Shetty's like inspirational ones. One, if I'm ever feeling down or whatever it is, kind of I'll go through it. And by the way, mental health is important, right? You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your body, your mind. And so it's okay to be listening to these podcasts and stuff. I've also gone through a couple of Tamil creator ones where I've seen a couple of people I've known and I listened through. One being also Showcases podcast always puts me in a mood. So inspiring, informational, educational. I always look forward to those ones. But yeah, like I those three I think would be my top 3 podcast lists that I go through.
Money can be hard to come by, but here is a $100 opportunity for you. Join my free newsletter for free exclusive content and a free chance to win $100 when I hold special draws. Did I mention that it's free? And I guess from the global Tamil community, and also maybe from the non-Tamil global community, who are people that you kind of look up to or admire, and like why do you look up to them?
So this is a difficult question. I always have a hard time answering this because there are a lot of females that are in my life that all inspire me in different ways. I have 2 sister-in-laws who do various things that I would never be able to deal with myself. Like my older sister-in-law has three daughters. My second sister-in-law has a set of twins. So, I look up to them because they're able to do stuff like that. Whereas I'm like, I can't take care of myself, let alone them taking care of other humans, so, and having to deal with work, having to cook and all that stuff. Like that's all superwoman, things that I can't even fathom doing. Same with my mom. My mom is, they came here in Canada in 1997, bring me and my brothers a better life, better education, and better life living, right? Back home, there was a war and all that stuff, so it was a whole situation. But my mom, she's pushed through. Both my brothers got married in Canada, and I'm still living with them, and now at this point I'm taking care of them. They've gotten to the age at this point where there's certain things they just can't do. So I'm returning the favor, and I'm more than glad to I'm returning the favor because they've done so much more for me. But yeah, it's hard. If I was to actually say one or 2 people, I would say there is these 2 high school teachers that I had in high school, Miss Singh and Miss Morali. They were just 2 brown teachers. They were like a Guyanese that's descendant. I think she's Indian, and they were so young at that age. I think they were maybe 25, 26. They just recently graduated, and I just loved what they preached. And they both are super feminist, and I think that just right on to me, and kind of paved the way for me, if I would say. Grade 10, 11, and 12, I pretty much spent my 3 years just having a conversation, relationship with them, and they were so down to earth. and just so welcoming and very much like a mentor. And so I would look up to them to see anything. And funny enough, this past summer in July, I had we had a little event in Pickering for a DJ. It was like a patio event. And lo and behold, those two teachers came out to actually see me. They went and bought the tickets.
Wow.
And came. I haven't seen them since 2009.
Wow.
So it's been obviously 11 years, and it was just so crazy for them to come out, and they were just like, "Yo, Kow, we're so proud of you." I'm like, "No, you guys don't understand. You guys are the reason why I'm like practically here, because like you guys inspire me so much." And so if I was really to say those two females, Miss Singh and Miss O'Reilly, artists like famous celebrity wise, I have no idea, man. I haven't really, I don't know, because I feel like celebrity get put on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, they're all just humans, just like me and you. And so what each celebrity does, like, you know, they do good stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like you do the same stuff. So I can say just as much as Tom Hanks inspires me, I can say, hey, Ara and Kow inspires me, right? So celebrities, I really don't have anyone. I like, you know, Oprah's great. She's I would say she's top on my list of someone who I look up to, but she's more of a like, you know, I guess like talk show wise. She's not musically wise. I don't look up to her in that sense. But what she preaches, what she talks about, and the people she helps, and you know, the support that she gives out, I appreciate that. I'm like, I would love that for other people too. And so I definitely think Oprah is probably someone I look up to. But anyone in the music industry, it's a little hard. It's a little difficult. I mean, you have your trailblazers, Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. List goes on forever, but I look up to them as like, I love them as artists, you know, I respect them, and they are trailblazers of their own. You know, rapping in a male dominated industry is something I do. I'm a DJ in a male dominated industry. So I definitely would say, like, you know, those are artists I'm like fans of, and I'm like, I rap all the time. But I don't really have like one specific celebrity that I'm like, yo, I have to pray to this person. I haven't found that person yet.
That's okay. That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might eventually, maybe, you know, they might come out of it. But right now, like celebrity wise, I'm just like, not anyone yet.
What's a piece of advice that you give to, you know, your, you know, fellow aspiring, you know, creators out there?
For creating, it's kind of a DIY. You have to do it. No one is gonna do it for you, right? So it's all on you. Creating, like, you know, even artists, musicians, whatever it is, you create your content that you put out, and what you put out is what you receive, right? So if you're not putting the work, you're not gonna get anything back. So I always say, like, do what's comfortable. First of all, be comfortable what you're doing. Like, you know, be confident. If you're not comfortable doing it, then get comfortable. And you also want to be confident because you're putting out your own work, man. Like you want to be able to push it 100%. You don't want to be like half-assing it and be like, oh, I don't want to, like, you know, have that confidence and be you. Most importantly, be you and do you, like whatever it is that you want to put out. Don't be scared. Like, you know, if people are gonna hate, people are gonna hate at the end of the day, right?
Sure,
it's not gonna stop them from hating. And I was telling DJ Mia this other day, because she was saying, oh, I'm so afraid of people you know, talking bad at me if I suck. And I'm like, hey man, if you suck today, make sure you're good tomorrow so they have something to talk about tomorrow. Right? And that's the mentality that I have. Like, you know, if I make a mistake today, make sure tomorrow you do better and you're killing it. right? You're making them forget that mistake because they're all they're going to be thinking about is the good that you've done or the good that you did that night.
Yep.
So it's okay. People make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time. I'm not a perfect DJ, and mind you, there's no perfect way to DJ, right? There's no perfect way. DJing is an art.
Yep.
You make it what you want it to be, right? So that's my advice, man. Like, do you be yourself, be genuine, and be confident.
That's a good segue into kind of the final segment of the podcast. So it's something I call Creator Confessions. It's meant to kind of be a speed round. I'm going to say a bunch of things.
Oh gosh.
And you're going to say the first thing that comes to mind. And one thing I have to start cracking down on is it's meant to be a speed round. And, sometimes my guests have like long answers, which is cool. But today, when I crack down, I got to practice doing this. That was one of the feedback I got. So you're my guinea pig, Kow.
All right, let's do this.
Ready?
Yeah.
Favorite Tamil food?
Rice and curry.
Something that scares you?
Height.
Insecurity that you have?
Disappointing people.
Favorite show you're watching?
Superstore.
A place you're itching to travel to after the pandemic is over?
Sri Lanka.
Fellow Tamil creator you want to give a shout out to?
Ooh, I have a lot. Showcase Feminist and comedy.
Favorite childhood memory?
Growing up in Sri Lanka.
What do you do for fun outside of work? So outside of DJing, outside of work at Home Depot, what do you do for fun?
I love going to a shisha bar, man. I'm a shisha fiend. I love that shisha.
Favorite film of all time?
Ooh. You Got Served.
A purchase you made in the last couple of years that you splurged on, but you have no regrets about it?
My laptop.
Pet peeve?
That's a good one. Ooh, people who are late.
Person or celebrity you look up to?
Shay Mitchell.
If you knew that you were going to die tomorrow, a regret that you would have?
Not touring the world as a DJ.
And finally, a public service announcement you want to leave our audience with, just so you can just do like a shout out to anything you're doing or just any final thoughts you want to leave with the audience.
No, I just want to say I go by the name of DJ Kow. I represent the team RLE SoundCrew, and I'm probably everyone's favorite DJ.
I think a lot of people would agree. That's a good way to kind of wrap it up. Kow, thanks for kind of jumping on and sharing your story. Just like there is people before you, I think you'll be one of those people though, if you inspire the next generation. Maybe it's going to be DJs, maybe it'll be something else musically in kind, but
sure.
You will be that inspiration. So
thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity as well. Shout out to Tamil Creator and Ara. And thank you for doing this, man. You're giving us a platform for to be recognized, and we don't get opportunities like this, and so I'm grateful for you and your show and your podcast, sorry, and all the blessings to you, brother.
Thank you so much. If people are listening to this and they're like, hey, they want to reach out to you because they want to just connect or get pick your brain, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
The best way is Instagram. It's dj.kow, spelled Kow. If you want to give me an email, you are more than welcome to as well. That's djkow.rle@gmail.com. Those are the best two ways. Instagram is honestly, I respond back to everybody and anybody that I can. I stay on top of my social media. Again, like I said, most social media is pretty much where I get all my marketing done. So I do take it seriously. So yeah, that'd be the best play.
Cool. So if anybody has a wedding coming up or a corporate event, you know who the DJ you got to hire.
There you go.
And thank you, audience, as usual, for kind of listening. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, man. Take care.